Hey guys, Chicken and Maine, Debut.com with a Debut.com surf forecast update. This forecast update effective around 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time on Monday, April 17th, 2017. And okay guys, here's that Easter Swell 2017 that we've been advertising with this area of low pressure well on the backside of Bermuda. Bermuda's located right in here, and you can see to the east directly is this area of low pressure that developed into a hurricane force low. Seas have now maxed out in the excess 35 feet, right at 36 feet. Now, this qualifies for the Debut.com major swell event category. That sees in excess of 25 feet, producing swell periods of 15 seconds plus. But this is not the possible major swell event that we were talking about in our social feeds. We'll show you that here in just a few moments, because that may be setting up here over the next 96 hours. Going to put this into motion for you. Let me adjust this for you. Just right here at the top of your screen, here's this area of low pressure. Puerto Rico is down in here, Hispaniola and the Bahamas and Florida. And as you can see, as this thing spins like this, it's creating some drag down in here towards the intertropical convergence zone. And this is that area of wet weather, deep tropical moisture we talked about in our social feeds, lifting up to Hispaniola and over Puerto Rico over the next couple of 2 to 3 days, possible some heavy rains in there. The latest buoy observation on the South Bermuda buoy and on the St. Martin's buoy have now moved into double digits. Seas and swell height 10 feet, 12 to 14 seconds out of the north-northeast. Latest 48-hour swell forecast out of the National Hurricane Center showing 15 to 18 second periods working its way through the Eastern Caribbean and on the cusp, Hispaniola, Puerto Rico. That's why we're watching the South Bermuda buoy and the St. Martin's buoy for increasing trends, right now holding at about 10 feet. Now, if you look over here towards Florida, you can see that Florida is on the cusp of that 15 to 18 second swell periods, but it does not look like the size is going to make it. We may get a little pulse in here, but here comes the, here's a wider view on the 48-hour swell forecast out of the Ocean Prediction Center, showing some 15 to 18 second periods heading for West Africa, through the East Caribbean, and again towards the Bahamas and towards the Florida coast. But it's at the 96-hour mark. This is the 96-hour swell forecast. We see a re-emergence of northeast swell in here, 8 to 10 second periods developing. Looks like it could get up towards 13 to 14 seconds. Right now, what's forecast is high pressure to build in, and the low over here, this is going to tighten up the pressure gradient coming off Newfoundland past Nova Scotia and then down in here towards the Outer Banks. This is going to be increasing northeast winds in here, probably 40 to 45 knots. Right now, seas in excess of about 20 feet. And we're looking to see if it'll push up over 25 and give us a qualifier for a possible major swell event. Here's what it looks like in the latest run of the GFS. Here's that area of low pressure well on the backside of Bermuda in here. And we'll advance the model for you. Now, this is going into 96 hours, guys. And this is for Wednesday and Thursday. And look at this nice, tight fetch of gradient right here out of the northeast as high pressure builds in here over Newfoundland, and then the area of low pressure in here on the backside of Bermuda tightening up that northeast fetch and gradient. We'll advance the model for you, and here's where it gets interesting now, and I'm going to back it up here in just a second, but notice how this rotates. And then right in there, that puts a positive swell charge because it opens up easterly winds now aimed out here towards the mid-Atlantic. And so look over here towards the Outer Banks or the mid-Atlantic. We see another area of low pressure coming in. This is going to turn the winds offshore at swell arrival time. We'll advance the model for you a little bit more. And that area of low pressure begins to move up towards Nova Scotia and then Newfoundland. And then this is negative swell production in here, guys, because we have west-northwest winds wrapping into this area of low pressure that's been nearly stationary now for almost a week, or will be, and then another area of low pressure moving into the Outer Banks. Now, this is at day 7. This is a week from today. So not a lot of confidence at the moment yet, but we could be looking at an OBX low developing. We'll keep it inside of 10 days because look how the model now takes and dives that area of low pressure, develops a secondary low right in here off the outer banks. That's going to start to create some northeast fetch. This is at day 9. And then at day 10, it moves it up in here towards Newfoundland. Now, we'll be watching for model trends on the extended because it looks like to us there's a good possibility that as high pressure starts to build in here, we might be able to get an OBX low to hang in here off the outer banks, increasing once again some northeast fetch. That's all we got for you for now. Follow us on our social feeds on Twitter at Dadabu, on Instagram at Dabu Surf, and on Facebook at Dabu for real-time updates. That's all we got for you for now, guys. Stay tuned for the next update.